Hi guys, Cameron here, and today we are back with another scenario from The Fall of the Necromancer. This one is the Corruption of the Greenwood. So this is a campaign video of what we've been playing, myself and my friend. You can check out the playlist. I don't know if it'll be someplace, or if you just click on my channel, it'd be absolutely fantastic if you could. And while you're there, like and subscribe to this video. We are shilling out all the way with this one. So, Corruption of the Greenwood, what is it? It is the third scenario in this campaign that I am playing with my friend, and this is what the scenario is going to look like in terms of how we set it out. So, as always, I'm going to talk through it. The dog's going to be next to me. She's going to be probably whining a little bit because I'm chatting to the camera, and you know that she doesn't like that. But let's talk through this. So, the layout of the board. The board represents the area of the Greenwood. It would be densely packed with trees, bushes, and other undergrowths. There should be 5 objectives on the boards. 3 are placed equal distance, there we go, across the centre line of the board from the west to the east, and the other 2 are placed in the centre of each of the northern west and northern east quarters of the board. So what we've done on ours is we have used a couple, well, 5 of the trees, the original GW trees, and they were our objectives, and you'll see that throughout the game. So starting positions. The good player deploys within 12 inches of the northern board edge, and the evil player places 12 inches from the southern board edge. Not that hard, half and half, sorted. Objectives. The elves must protect the area of the forest from succumbing to the corruption that is befalling of the Greenwood, otherwise they are no longer placed a safe place to travel. The game lasts 10 turns, and the good player wins if 2 or fewer of the objectives are corrupted at the end of the game. The evil player wins if 3 or more of the objectives are corrupted by the end of the game. Now, what we decided with this was that they start uncorrupted completely, all 5 of them, so the good player from there has to go in and corrupt them from that point. Special rule. Corrupting objectives and actually save the Greenwood. Both of these are rules that are exactly the same, but for the opposite sides. So, during the end phase of any turn, if there is a non-prone, good or evil model in base contact with an objective marker, and that model did not shoot or fight during that turn, then the objective is corrupted or uncorrupted, depending on kind of what side you are on. That is both the special rules, both armies have that, and yeah, it kind of just depends. The participants in this. There is 2 Mirkwood captains, which you'll have seen before me using, and 20 Mirkwood Rangers. Matthew provided the 20 Mirkwood Rangers for this. For the evil side, there is 4 Castellans of Dorgol Dur, which I don't think you guys have seen before. I'll have to take some photos of them, and they will turn up in a hobby vlog, hopefully soon enough. 6 Giant Spiders and 6 Mirkwood Spiders, which Matthew provided those as well. 6 Fell Wargs and 2 Bat Swarms, all of which you'll have seen in various hobby vlogs or videos below. You can check them out on the channel. But yeah, so this scenario was absolutely fantastic. We played it wrong, though, and that's purely my fault. So one of the things that your Mirkwood Spiders, your Giant Spiders, and your Castellans do is they cause terror. And as the evil player, I completely forgot about this. So Matthew was charging me and killing me and not having any problems with that. And it was only kind of... so this game lasts until turn 10. Sorry, was that mentioned? I think it was. So this game lasts until turn 10. And it was about turn 5, maybe 6, after I'd been absolutely annihilated. I had about 10, maybe 20% of my force that I went, hey Matthew, I caused terror and we completely forgot about that. So from that moment on, we started using the terror rule, but until that moment, who knows what would have happened. Kind of is just one of these things and we have to deal with it. So what? When we then swapped, because we play it from both sides, Matthew was playing as evil. Because of the terror and everything that was happening, I then died as good. Didn't particularly do well. So, it is what it is. Terror seems to have caused a lot of good things in this list, and we just have to deal with it. But yes, so there is campaign rules because we are playing this. Now, because Evil won both previous games, we both had the same, and that was that Evil could decide if they wanted to stay until turn 11. So we could force an extra turn if we wanted. Luckily enough, we never needed to, but it was always an option, and it was something that we kind of had to keep in mind. But yeah, so let's jump into the actual footage of what I actually managed to capture, and I will talk through that just now. So what we can see here is me setting up my troops, and you can see those 5 kind of main trees in the centre of the board. Matthew's got his deployment line there, and you can see that they're just nice and sitting there. But we started moving up, and we knew that they were uncorrupted to start off with, and various shooting went on. What we decided to do was put one of those little orange markers as dice there for the corrupted ones, and kind of I was just charging Matthew, trying to thin out his lines. What I should have done is this, but then kind of stopped and allowed him to either shoot me or charge me, but we were forgetting about this whole terror rule, as I've said before, which I'm a little annoyed at, but it's literally my fault. It's nothing to do with anything that the rules have said or Matthew as an opponent. It's honestly my fault. So I was managing to thin them out and kind of succeeding on the most part, to be fair, but things went from good to worse, essentially, or good to bad for me, and things just started dying, and it wasn't particularly good. Managed to show that I'd managed to get all the objectives here, which I was really happy with, but then Matthew kind of broke through the lines and started moving models towards me. You can see here how I don't really have much left. I think this is probably about turn 5, maybe 6. So we continued on playing, and he managed to move models, as you can see, and just started uncorrupting things. So in the end, Matthew did win as the good player. May well have gone different if we had terror, but we can't really say so. Here we have the opposite side. So this is me now playing as the good player. This is Matthew playing as the evil player. And you can see how we've kind of set it up, and we've still got the 5. So I've swapped sides of the table, and that's why you're seeing the terrain slightly differently from this. But yeah, I kind of rushed forward a little bit because I knew that if I stood still and kind of just shot, I would take a few things out, and I did manage to do that, but there was nothing too much that I was going to take out. So moved up a little bit just to kind of get some more kills. We were using the terror rules at this point. We had remembered them, and I made sure that I was rolling. Matthew actually backed off here, so I had to then start shooting him, or it was going to take me longer. So it was kind of different tactics from the two of us. I don't really know which one was the better of the two tactics, but kind of we enjoyed ourselves anyway, and it was a great game. The whole scenario in itself is just a really good scenario, and it works really, really well, especially when you remember your rules. But yeah, so I started moving up, managed to try and kind of start uncorrupting things, but those Castellans of Doggledoer just started absolutely kind of raining through my models. They just started killing and killing and killing. Obviously, we were keeping track of their will off at the side with a couple of dice, but it was pretty devastating. And then you had kind of wargs run up to try and corrupt more of the woods. The thing is, any evil model can corrupt them, so it didn't really matter what it was, whether it was a spider warg or the bat swarms even. So yeah, I was just getting whittled down, and a lot of things did come down to actually that courage rule. We may well play this again, but we'll see what happens. So there we go. You have now seen kind of what we managed to do in our campaign, how it went. I've spoken to you slightly kind of about what was going on in the tactics. What I will say, if you are planning on playing this or any of the other scenarios that involve the spiders, which, let me just check the name, Lurking in the Shadows, which is next week's scenario number 4, that requires terror. Always remember your terror. I don't think I'm ever going to forget it from now on, but we will see what happens. So lurking in the shadows, what does that mean from the corruption of the Greenwood? What kind of extra rules are there? What it is if the good player won, which Matthew, as the good player, did win, even though we forgot rules, we're accepting that as the win. What that means is, in the lurking of the shadow scenario, the evil player may only decide where spider models enter on a 5+ rather than a 4+. So I presume that means that the spiders are going to be coming in, and they are going to be coming in from various points on the board, and on a 5+, I get to decide as the evil player, but anything else, either they don't come in or we don't get to decide. It shouldn't be on a 4+, but that's not happening. Matthew also won as an evil player, so good on him. And what it says for the corruption of the Greenwood special rule, if you are an evil player, in the lurking in the shadows scenario, the evil player may decide where the spider models enter play on a 3+ rather than a 4+. So there we go. If you won as good, you make it harder for the evil player. If you won as evil, you make it easier for yourself on where you decide where the spiders come in. So that is the campaign bonus for this scenario of the Follow the Necromancer campaign. Please, like I said at the start of the video, do check out the playlist. This will be the 3rd video going up, and we are going to continue playing on with all of these. I'd really appreciate it if you did actually go have a look. It is definitely something I have been enjoying playing, as has Matthew. So yes, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please check the links down below, and I will see you later. Take care, and bye-bye. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and use my affiliate links in the description below. Take care, and bye-bye.